We've seen now the mechanics of the two-point perspective, and I hope you've at least read some of Ching's and have a general understanding of how we establish viewpoints and vanishing points and the relationships of objects to horizon lines. I'm going to go ahead and do a little demonstration drawing of that same cubic building here on my digital sketch pad, which is something I'm still getting used to. So I always start with the horizon line, and then I look for the closest point of the building to me, the viewer, and I'm going to guesstimate the height, knowing that, people are standing somewhere like so, waving to us. Now, this is the corner of the building, the horizon line. I want to find out where my vanishing points are. The first thing I'm going to do is a guesstimate of that top angled edge of the building. As soon as I draw that line, I am projecting where that vanishing point is. And now I can send this line to that vanishing point. And I've established it. What right or wrong, it's a guesstimate, it's a sketch. Same with this edge. I'm going to go ahead and send this down. It's going to go just off the edge of the screen. And that's okay. That happens a lot, actually. Now I want to guesstimate the depth of this thing, knowing that this would be a square. I'm going to say that it's about like so. And I'm going to do the same for this front face. Now, for example, let's say that I guesstimated that it was out here. Does that look like a square or a cube? No, it looks like a gigantic hay bale. I'm going to say maybe right there. That's pretty close, okay? I'm not looking for perfection. This is a sketch. Now I can start to break this thing down, and that's where I start to look at the visual characteristics of what we've been looking at. So there's a rectangular, there's a notch here in the corner. And that thing notches down such that it's a rectangle when it bumps into that window opening. And as a square, it stops about so, comes over, pops back up, and then heads back towards that vanishing point. And this, if we were to complete it, looks like another square. Then this line actually comes down and lines up with the inside corner of this opening that we're going to see here. And all of this is just kind of guesstimation about where things are and how big they are, but that's why we call it a sketch. So then the top of this opening lines up with this line, so I'm going to adjust that. I'm going to send it in that direction. And this corner edge goes back to that other vanishing point. So there that is. This corner edge goes back to that other vanishing point. So there that is. It meets somewhere back in here, connecting back to this other vanishing point. There's an edge. There's a column here. And as I'm doing this, I'm feeling like this is squished. So, ultimately I may want to push it out further. I could, as a sketch, I could go ahead and make that adjustment now. Nothing says I can't do that. But the point being, I want you to see how, a sketch is a work in process, and it's a constant evaluation as you're drawing of what it is you're trying to draw and how it works. And as you're doing it, you're getting familiar with the building and familiar with the geometry and understanding the building in space. Another notch here. Note that if you extended this line to that corner and then back to the vanishing point, that's where this line is. Note that the opening in that side lines up pretty much with these two lines. And likewise, this edge and this edge meet. This is a unique experience for me drawing like this, where you can't see my pencil and I'm drawing on a piece of glass. I'm not accustomed to this, but I'm going to get there. This whole COVID situation is introducing us to new technology, isn't it? This edge is recessed. There's a sloping sill here. And everything I'm doing, I'm constantly going back to, where is the vanishing point? Let's look at where the sidewalk is out here. Going back to that same vanishing point and continuing right on through. And then there is a edge where the curb comes out, and it becomes, this is all grass, and this is all water, right? And as I think I've said earlier, one of my faults is that I rush things, especially when I'm doing demonstrations, because I always feel like I'm going to bore you guys. But you can see, you know, this is a quick little rendition of the mass. And we're going to be doing more sketching like this, less sketching of formal station points and vanishing points. And, you know, I mean, I want you to always know where your vanishing points are. The trees in this are great if you want to practice drawing some trees. This is a great sketch to look at, especially those trees in the background. Notice as soon as we make a few gestures about that background, we start to get a sense of space about what's happening back there. And then the trees themselves are so simple. And I'm doing a very sloppy job of it. A few trunks. The ground plane, it's always helpful to just put in a suggestion of the earth, of the things that the buildings are sitting on. Water. This is I'm leaving out the sailboat, but it's not hard to drop something in there. You know, quickly, I have a digital eraser. It's amazing, guys. It's such new technology. You know, throw some shadow on the side. Again, I'm going real fast. Hope you'll take a little more time and do it carefully. That's what I got for now. Take a shot at it.